The call came during a client meeting. Mr. Wilson, your daughter Mia has been expelled. She sent a student to the hospital with a dislocated shoulder. Principal Andrew's voice was dripping with authority. I raced to Riverside Academy, knowing 13-year-old Mia, a violinist, was not prone to violence. Andrews met me with a tribunal of teachers, claiming Mia was the aggressor in an unprovoked attack. I took Mia home and demanded the truth. Mia, shaking, confessed, "There's this boy, Connor. He's been touching my hair, snapping my bra, making comments since September. Last month, he started cornering me. I told Mrs. Patterson. She said boys will be boys." Her voice broke. Today, he followed me into the stairwell, pushed me against the wall, and put his hand up my shirt. He laughed and said nobody would believe me because his dad donates to the school. She had used the self-defense moves taught by my brother, a Marine, stomping his foot, elbowing his ribs, and twisting his arm until something popped. I pulled her into a hug. "You have nothing to apologize for." The confrontation and the lawsuit. The next morning, I showed up at Andrew's office with my brother, David, in full uniform. We need to discuss why my daughter was punished for defending herself from sexual assault. Andrews went pale. "Let's not use inflammatory language. It was a schoolyard incident." David leaned forward. "A 13-year-old was cornered and assaulted. She reported it to a teacher who dismissed her. Then you expelled the victim and protected her attacker. That's a Title IX violation." I pulled out my phone with Mia's recorded, detailed statement of every incident and every dismissal. Andrews stammered, claiming the evidence showed Mia was the aggressor. His silence when David asked for witness statements from Mia's perspective confirmed he knew the truth. I immediately hired Rebecca Chun, a civil rights attorney specializing in Title IX cases. She called it one of the clearest cases she'd ever seen. The school created a hostile environment, failed to investigate, and then punished the victim. Within 3 days, Rebecca filed the lawsuit. The school's expensive lawyers quickly offered to rescind the expulsion if I dropped the suit, a clear sign of panic. I refused. Mia wasn't going back, but other girls were still there. Victory and systemic change. Discovery was brutal for the school. Rebecca found 7 other girls who had reported Connor over 2 years, all dismissed. Connor's father had donated $50,000 for a new gym, buying his son protection. Emails showed Andrews discussing how to bury accusations to avoid alienating major donors. The school tried settling 3 times, eventually offering $500,000 with an NDA. I refused. I wanted public accountability and systemic change. The 8-day trial was devastating for the defense. Mia and the 7 other girls testified. The teacher who dismissed Mia claimed amnesia until Rebecca played a recording of her admitting she didn't want to make waves with important families. The jury deliberated for 4 hours, finding in our favor on every count, awarding $2.3 million in damages. The real victory was the judge's injunction. Mandatory harassment training for all staff. Establishment of an independent, anonymous reporting system. The immediate removal of Andrews and 3 staff members who failed to act. The school board fired Andrews 2 weeks later. 4 administrators resigned. A district-wide investigation uncovered 43 buried harassment cases across 6 schools. Connor was expelled and criminally charged. His father's money was useless. Mia is thriving at her new school. The settlement money funded her college and a foundation providing free legal help to students facing retaliation. When people ask if the stress was worth it, I tell them to look at the change. Staff now get fired for ignoring complaints, and students have a bypass hotline. Mia smiled last week and said, "We fixed it, not just for me, but for every girl who comes after."